Hey everybody, it's Jason Malham with the Malham Agency, and I wanted to talk with you just a bit in the second of 3 videos talking about the 3 key features that, in my opinion, you should consider first when you're choosing health insurance. Now, in the first video, we talked about network. That needs to be number 1. Go check that video out. You've got to know what the network is and make sure it's a strong network before you choose that health insurance policy. In this one, we're going to talk about deductibles. And first of all, when we talk about deductibles, we're talking about something that is there for the insurance to make sure insurance carrier to make sure you've got some skin in the game. Okay, that's really all it is. And if the plan doesn't have a deductible, it's got a quote $0 deductible, I guarantee you they've got something else in place to make sure that they're not spending a bunch of money that they don't feel like they need to. In other words, if a person is the kind that just tends to go to the doctor for everything under the sun, they're always going to the ER for something, or they tend to be people who want to go to a doctor that's super expensive, charging 6-7 times more than this doctor down the road who does the same thing in the same way. Those insurance carriers, I'm not on their side, I'm on the customer side, but I do understand where they have to protect themselves against a lot of overspending that can happen. So a deductible is there for you to have and for me to have some skin in the game, to come out of pocket, which is probably going to lead us to be more conservative in how we use the benefits. I hope that makes sense. So when you're checking out a health insurance plan, one of the 3 key features to look at first is deductible. What is the deductible? Now, here is the gigantic myth that I'm constantly in a fortunate position to be able to teach people away from, and that is the myth that low deductible equals more affordable, or low deductible equals you spend more money, you save more money in the long run. You spend less out-of-pocket money because you have a low deductible. People, that is not necessarily the case, all right? So I get pretty passionate about this. I'm about to go crazy on this. No, I do get passionate about it because it's not necessarily the case. This is really going to come down to some situations. A higher deductible will actually save you money, even out-of-pocket money, not just on your premium. We all know that. Deductible is the number 1 thing that affects how much your monthly premium is. Number 1. But beyond saving you money in your monthly premium, a high deductible or higher deductible can also save you out-of-pocket money throughout the year, believe it or not. It all comes down to your budget and your health. That's what you need to think about, your budget and your health. So I'm going to use me for an example. And health-wise, I'm very fortunate. I don't have any kind of health issues. I rarely go to the doctor, annual checkups, things like this. For somebody like me, a high deductible saves a ton of money. The same plan I'm on right now, if I had only a $2,500 deductible and no max out-of-pocket after that, it would be, I've priced it, it would be $260 more a month. That's for my age, 50-year-old guy. But that's what it would be. I'm saving $260 a month by having a higher deductible on my plan. So somebody will say, well, yeah, but Jason, things can happen to you. It doesn't matter if you're healthy. You can still contract some forms of illness, even if you're healthy. And accidents, of course, can happen to anybody. And those are your 2 main categories of catastrophic medical events. It's either going to be an accident or it's going to be an illness. And that is absolutely true. But what you're getting into when you get into that is statistics. And that is the key thing. What is the statistical probability? And if you don't think that matters, you need to remember that all insurance premiums are based on statistics. The cost of your insurance is based on that with these carriers, whether it's health insurance, life, car, travel insurance. It's all based on the actuarial tables where they're looking at your age, your gender, your health, even your occupation, the kind of work you do. And then they are determining the probability of you either developing illness down the road or having accidents down the road. And that's what's determining the cost of your premium. So if those statistics are so reliable that the premium prices can be based on it by these insurance companies who know how to measure risk, they know how to make money, then why shouldn't I consider the statistics? So when I look at my health long term, it's been great. I haven't had many accidents, not in years. for sure. So I'm going to have a high deductible on my plan, and I'm going to have some accident blanket in there to provide me. In my case, I've got a $10,000 accident blanket. So if I shoot a nail through my hand out in the shop or something else that sends me to the ER and I end up with $3,000 out of pocket after the policy pays everything it's going to pay, if I'm left with $3,000 out of pocket, I'm going to receive $10,000 in cash to cover it. I can use that cash however I want to, and I still haven't been out of pocket. And meanwhile, I've been saving $260 a month in premium. So I know I went through that kind of quickly, but that's the gist when I'm talking about factor in your health. Now, if you're somebody that has a lot of health concerns, you go to the doctor very frequently throughout the year, and budget is no issue, then certainly a low deductible plan with a higher monthly premium can be a really strong choice for you. There again, that other side is budget. So if somebody has a very loose, very flexible budget, they might choose a Mercedes over a Nissan. They may be spending $20,000, $30,000, $40,000 more on a car, but they've got that kind of discretionary spending and they like the bells and whistles that a Mercedes offers. Great. Same thing with a $0 deductible or a low deductible. If you're healthy and you don't really need a low deductible, because in a typical year you're not even going to meet a low deductible, much less a high one, but you've got that kind of discretionary spending, sure, go for the Mercedes. Have a health care policy that has a $0 deductible. But I'm just saying, if you're trying to save money, if you've got a tighter budget and you're a generally healthy person, you can actually be saving $200 or more a month on your premium and still have the coverage built into it for catastrophic events, major medical bills that could happen. So you can be saving a ton of money and still have a Nissan. So I hope that helps, and by all means, on all these videos I'm just giving you kind of a surface look at the concept, but you can reach out to me, message me to get into it deeper, and I'm happy to help you. So hope that does help. This is Jason Malham with the Malham Agency.